At 2 a.m. last Tuesday, you asked your phone what to do with your life. The phone did not know. It showed you an ad for a mattress. You are not lost. You have been asking a question with no edges. What's my purpose? Is fog. Your brain can't grab fog. The book Ikigai from Hector Garcia and Francis Morales, the two writers who lived with Okinawa's 100-year-olds, replaces the fog with 4 small questions. And instead of just listing them at you, we are going to do something crueler. We are going to run them on a test subject. Practical Papa, you remember? Us on default settings. Last seen retiring from exercise on January 11th. 1 week, 4 questions. One man who once wrote naps under what do you love? If this works on Papa, it works on anyone. By the end, you will have the 4 questions, a map of how they fit, and the 3 tools Papa used to answer them. One starts with a memory of being 8 years old. Night 1. Papa draws 4 circles. He has seen the diagram before. On a poster at his office, hanging between the word teamwork and a photo of a rowboat. The 4 questions. What do you love? What are you good at? What does the world need? And what can be paid for? Papa writes naps, adds a question mark, but crosses it out in shame. 20 minutes later, the page is still empty and the Papa is cleaning the kitchen to avoid it. Here's why the page is empty, and it's not a Papa problem. Papa believes purpose arrives like a delivery, a lightning bolt at the right talk, the right book, the right breakdown, and he believes it has to be huge, save the world kind of huge. But here's the part no one talks about. The book says your Ikigai already exists. It isn't missing, it's buried. Buried under years of being told what you should want. And it's usually small. In Japan, when people name the reason they get up, they say things like a square of chocolate, a drink with friends after work. Nobody says to save the world. So Papa's problem isn't that he has no answers. He has been answering them, but those were the foggy ones. Before this week continues, he needs to see the map working, filled in all 4 circles. And so do you. Take a travel creator, the kind whose videos you watch at your desk with mixed feelings. For years, his own family described him as unemployed with a camera. He half agreed. He was draining his savings on buses and hostel bunks. He was having fun. But by every serious measure, everyone considered him that he was wasting money. Now run him through the circles. Circle 1. What does he love? Being somewhere new. That's one easy. Circle 2. What is he good at? Careful, not travel. Something sneakier. Drop him in a city he can't pronounce, and in 2 days he knows where to sleep, what to skip, and how to do all of it on almost nothing. That's a skill. He thought it was just Tuesday. Circle 3. What does the world need? Billions of people plan trips scared. Scared of overpaying, of missing the good parts, of getting stranded. His shortcuts hand them back weeks of their lives. Circle 4. What can he be paid for? The guides, the videos. The money part arrived at the last. Years last. And that's the path worth stealing. For years, he had 2 circles and looked like a fool. Then the other 2 showed up, and everyone called him lucky. Same activity, 4 angles. The center isn't the 5th thing you have to go get. It's the same thing, seen whole. The book calls that center your Ikigai. Now let's consider Papa's week. 1 circle per night. Night 1. What do you love? The book says, not what sounds impressive, whatever makes you lose track of time. It has a name for that state, flow. The clock stops existing, even the voice in your head goes quiet. So Papa stops asking what do I love and asks when does time vanish? The answer embarrasses him. Time vanishes when Papa is making spreadsheets beautiful, aligned, color-coded, rows as neat as garden rows. He always assumed it was a flaw, but it's a fingerprint. Night number 2. What are you good at? This circle hides. Your best skills feel easy to you, so you assume they are easy for everyone. But as per the book, those are the things people thank you for. Papa scrolls his messages. Same thank you, over and over. You have made this so simple for me. Neighbors, co-workers, even one confused uncle, everybody believes the same. Chaos in, clarity out. Night 3. What does the world need? Not the whole world. Let's say your street. The community garden down Papa's Road has a money box and a notebook nobody understands. The volunteers have been drowning in receipts. Chaos in, clarity out. Somebody's world needs exactly what Papa has. Night 4. What can you be paid for? This is the unromantic circle, also the one that keeps the other 3 alive and fed. Papa's already paid for this skill, at a job where the joy got left out of the deal. But here's what people miss. 2 circles is not Ikigai. 2 circles just half works. Papa knows it, he has lived it in every half. The teenage band. Loved it, he was good at it, nobody needed it, nobody paid for it. It ran on applause and gas money. The volunteering year. He loved it, the town needed it, but the rent disagreed. The current job. He's good at it and is well paid, but he feels almost nothing. 99% of people live in one of those halves, and because it half works, they stay. Half works is the most dangerous kind of work. Papa didn't fill his circles by staring at them. Staring was night 1. He produced a clean kitchen. He used 3 tools from the book's own finding process. Now it's your turn to start all 3 within 24 hours. Tool 1. The Age 8 Audit. Tonight, take 10 minutes and write what you did when you were 8 years old, when nobody was scheduling you. Drawing, building, sorting, growing things, taking things apart. 10 minutes, 1 page, no editing. Your excuse will be, I was a kid, it doesn't count. 2 books disagree with you. Ikigai says, look at what you loved before the world told you who to be. And Naval Ravikant, in the Almanac of Naval Ravikant, points at the same door from the money side. He says your real edge comes from what you were doing as a kid or teenager almost effortlessly. Things you didn't even count as skills, but the people around you noticed. He has a name for what grows out of that, specific knowledge, and a warning attached. When the work feels like play to you but looks like work to everyone else, that's the game nobody can beat you at. The travel creator's whole career is that sentence. So is the elder's garden. Papa's page said, sorted my crayons by mood. The evidence was there the whole time. After 7 days, the same 2 or 3 activities keep showing up across memories, and circle 1 stops being blank. Tool 2. The thank you ledger. For 7 days, write down every thank you and compliment you receive, word for word. You already have these coming in. You have just been deleting the data. The friend who hands you their phone and says, you planned the trip, you're better at this. The coworker who won't send an email until you have looked at it once. The person who calls you after a bad day, you specifically, because you always know what to say. None of that is politeness. That's your second circle, spoken out loud by other people. The book is blunt about this. Others see your gifts before you do. Papa's ledger, day 1, had a single entry. A bus driver told him to watch his step. He counted it. Week 2 went better. After 7 days, the same kind of thank you shows up 3 times. That repeat is a skill. Tool 3. The lost time log. Each evening, 1 line. When did the clock disappear today? Even if it was for 10 minutes, even inside something ordinary. Maybe it was rearranging a room until it finally clicked. Cooking without a recipe out of 3 leftovers. The part of your job you would never admit you enjoy. Getting the slides to look exactly right. Weeding a garden bed while the whole world went quiet. The book says flow hides in small places like these. It calls that the microflow. Your excuse, nothing makes me lose time except my phone. Scrolling is time disappearing while something happens to you. The flow is time disappearing while you make something happen. These are different doors. After 7 days, a shortlist of 2 or 3 real flow triggers your first cycle filled with proof instead of guesses. One rule sits under all 3 tools, and the book names it Kaizen. 1% better daily. You're not solving the diagram in a weekend, you're growing into it. 1 week after night 1, Papa's page isn't empty anymore. Nothing dramatic happened. He didn't quit, he didn't move to an island, but on Saturday mornings there's a community garden notebook that finally makes sense, and a man who knows what he's for. Here's the truth underneath the 4 questions. Your Ikigai is not lost. It was never lost. It's in the kid who gave whole afternoons to something nobody assigned. It's in the thank yous you keep waving off. It's in the minutes that vanish when your hands are busy and your head finally goes quiet. The book's last word on this is the one worth keeping. Ikigai is not a destination. It's a way of walking. You don't find it, you grow it. So which circle is the emptiest for you right now? Love, skill, need, or pay? Tell me below. The answer decides which tool you should start with. That is how you finally will get the edge.